YouTube, what's going on? Welcome to the first vlog of 2026. By the time this comes out, it will be 2026, and hope everyone had a good holiday. Hope everyone enjoyed Christmas. Right now, it's the time between Christmas and the New Year. The time where you don't know what day it is, the time where you don't know what time you went to bed at, what you ate. You don't give a shit, really. You're just a degenerate. You're just literally going to bed at like 3 a.m. You're eating any food that you want, and yeah, that's pretty much how life tends to be during the holidays. I just been running some errands this morning. I had to go pay off a few bills. I met up with some people, went by my parents' house, and just getting ready to go to the gym and starting up the first vlog of 2026. I figured today would be a good day to sort of talk to you guys about what gear I use in my vlogs, because I'm starting the vlog. So there's a setup that I really like out of the gear that I have to create these vlogs, and honestly, it really all comes down to the amount of gear that you can transport with the least amount of effort and compactability and all that stuff. So I will go through a list of all the equipment that I have, show you guys what I used to vlog. There's not much. It'll be less than a backpack full of gear, but more than just a handful of gear, if that makes sense. You want to have a little bit of options and capabilities while you're vlogging, in case you come across things. And I'm going to show you guys a new tool that I got for Christmas as a Christmas gift that I can use to vlog, and that I really want to incorporate, and I'm still thinking about and pondering on how I can use this for vlogs. But I do know it'll make a perfect tool for behind the scenes content when shooting at jobs or weddings and stuff like that. So we're really looking forward to showing you guys that. It's something that you guys have probably all seen before if you're in the photo video space, and that it is really affordable to use. So, you know, it's funny, getting back into the vlogs, I feel like my speech isn't as good, and obviously once you haven't done it in so long, you feel like everyone's looking at you when you have a camera. Especially I have this camera mounted to my windshield because I can't hold it and obviously drive at the same time, so people are probably looking at my car like, what the heck is this guy doing with a camera mounted to his windshield? Meanwhile, I'm just talking to the camera. It's just, when you have shit to do, items like a suction cup come in handy. So maybe I'll incorporate, I wasn't gonna incorporate that in the vlogs, but I feel like it would be a good tool to use if you're multitasking while you're vlogging, which is one of my struggles, because, you know, I work full-time, I want to do the vlogs, and I gotta go places, I gotta do stuff after work that the average person would normally have to do, and that a vlogger would have to do. But at the same time, I'm just limited on time more than the average person. Looks like a lot of people are still Boxing Day shopping, because there's a ton of cars on the road. I feel like it's still like before Christmas where everyone's going to get their gifts, because the roads are just that packed. It's so sad though. It's like 4:22 right now, and the sun's going to go down pretty shortly. And on the bright side, we're also on the other end of the sunset, where we're going to be expanding our daylight now, because I think December 21st is the day where the light starts to get greater throughout the day. So right now the sunset's, I think, in around 4:30ish, 4:50ish. Don't even know exactly where, but it'll start increasing time again, which is a good thing. As a photographer, vlogger, videographer, content creator, it's really sad that we can't really film in the evening hours of the day. It sucks. And for me, like, I have a full-time job, so if I have to film anything outdoors, I can't, because I can, but it'll be nighttime, so it sucks. I like having natural light and daylight. Okay, I'm gonna go home and then we'll talk in a bit. Okay, you guys want to see my look this season so far? I had to put a donut on because I got a flat tire already. Those are the regular rims. So far it hasn't been a good holiday in regards to vehicle issues. This is my second tire that I'm going to be putting on my vehicle within a matter of, what, a month and a half. So it's a little frustrating, but that's how life goes sometimes, you know? Sometimes you get some highs, sometimes you get some lows. I apologize ahead of time because the camera's probably going to look a little bit foggy now because we're transitioning from cold to hot. But this is what I bring when I vlog, unless I'm like traveling to Europe or something. But if I'm in my hometown vlogging, this is, everything will fit inside this Canon carry bag. So we'll get into more detail about that right now. Okay guys, like I said, today I wanted to go over my vlogging setup that I use. This is probably my most favorite camera setup that I put together with this specific camera rig. This one being the Canon R6. The reason why I love this so much is because it's small, it's compact, I can grab it and I can go anywhere. I'll give you guys a rundown of all the gear that's included in this. So first we have the original OG Canon R6. This is the first mirrorless camera that I have, right after my Canon 80D DSLR. Obviously the reason why I choose this over something like my Blackmagic Pocket Cinema camera is because this has capabilities of autofocus, stuff like that. It's a little bit more compact, it's smaller, it's got the flip out screen, things you want in a vlogging camera. I would say those are the top things that you would want. If you were to get a vlogging camera, get something small, compact, flip out screen so you can see yourself, obviously autofocus, and yeah, those are the main things that you would want out of a vlogging camera. You don't need much more than that. You don't even need bokeh. Really could use an action camera, but this is what I use. Second thing we have on here is the Canon 16mm f2.8 lens. This lens, I think when I bought it was $269. This is my wide vlogging lens, which is perfect for me to hold an arm's length away, and sometimes I don't even have to hold it an arm's length away. I could just hold it literally like right in front of me right there, and the focal length is perfect for getting me all inside the screen. This is one of two lenses that I use for my vlogging camera setup. This one being the vlogging camera and the other one being the more details, B-roll. Maybe if I want to get a nice blurry background shot, I'll use my other lens, which we'll get to in a minute. Next we have mics. I tend to use the shotgun mic for most vlogging case scenarios. The one that I am currently using is the Comica CVM VM20. I got this a few years ago, and I want to say I've only charged this 3 times since I've got it, maybe 4. But this is like the most battery efficient product that I own, is this Comica mic. There is another version of this with 32-bit audio, so if I had to get it over again, I'd probably get that. I wouldn't get this, but this does the job. It also has some, I think they're filters, so what it does is it takes out the background noise, so if there's like wind blowing and stuff like that, it actually removes it from the audio. If I'm not using the Comica mic and I want something that's a little bit more, we'll say, clear in louder situations, I'd use something like this, the Rode Wireless Pros. Again, this is scenario based, but if I'm in a crowded space or like a windy space, I tend to use this. For most case scenarios, I end up using this mic, but like I said, the odd time I use this is the Wireless Go Pros. And yes, there's actually 2 of these mics with 2 transmitters and 1 receiver. So if I ever want to actually hop on with somebody else in a camera, I have the capability to use these mics too. Good thing about these mics is they have 32-bit recording, which allows you to play with the audio in post if you record them internally. If not, you're stuck to whatever's on the camera. So hopefully this audio came out pretty good. Moving on from that, we have the PGYTECH MANTIS tripod. This tripod is my favorite that I've owned in regards to vlogging tripods. Everyone back in the day used to use the Gorilla Pods, but eventually the legs would wear out, things wouldn't wrap properly, everything would get loose, and then you're sort of left with a crappy tripod. So I feel like this is a good alternative. It's got 3 legs. You can also turn it into like a grip handle here. If I wanted to make it a vlog grip handle, it turns it into this. I can use that. It's got the 3 legs here. And there actually is a little, I don't want to say like a clasp, but there's a little part on here that allows me to mount this to doors, which is pretty cool. So if I want to hang this off of a door, this is extra support that allows me to hang the camera. I would obviously have to turn the camera around for that, but I've actually used that capability before, and I feel like you can get some really cool angles. So if I'm not using my 16mm lens, I do resort to this lens. Again, my vlogging kit all fits in here. This is what I tend to bring when I don't want to bring all my backpack and bring something small. Everything fits in this little bag. So if I'm not using my 16mm lens, I'm using my Tamron 24-70 f2.8. Obviously, with it being a zoom lens, there's a lot of versatility with this lens, so I don't have to worry about switching lenses in and out. The only thing I give up is a little bit of aperture. I also have alternative lenses, a 35mm f1.4, I believe, and a 50mm f1.4 Sigma. But I feel like this is the best bet when you're vlogging, only because, like I said, it's versatile. You have a little bit more play with capturing different focal lengths with only a twist of the lens. So this is an expensive lens. This actually broke on me once and it was not fun to replace. In addition to that, because this is an EF lens, I am going to need the Canon control ring mount adapter from EF to RF, and this is the one where you can actually control a setting with this ring, and I've got it set to the aperture. I might even change that though. I might switch to ISO, But yes, this is what I got to mount the lenses to my camera. Something that I've been using recently, and I used it actually today earlier in the video that you've seen, is this neck mount. So what this is a mount that allows you to mount different devices here. This one's specifically for the iPhone, the key charger, the MagSafe charger, where you can apply the phone's MagSafe case here. Look at this. And this allows me to get a nice POV shot if I want to include both hands in the shot. So I used this when I was getting my shoes on earlier in the vlog. You can also replace this with a action camera mount if you don't want to use storage on your phone. I just use my phone because I don't have an alternative camera. And if you have the money, I would highly invest in maybe something small like a Insta-Go 3S or a DJI Nano, only because those cameras you can actually mount to yourself, and it's a lot smaller to wear than just this. And this does get in the way sometimes. So, but yeah, don't really need this for vlogging. This is more for a POV shot. This is what I use. So we got that. And then we do have these two ND filters. We got the KNF Concept ND filter and CPL filter. I believe this is only a 5-stop filter. Yes, it's only a 5-stop filter. This is I'd say my second go-to filter, because this one has a little bit more stops. But if I have to have a second body at a wedding, for example, and I want to do a static shot, I'll use this and probably crank the shutter a little bit if I have to compensate for the exposure still being too bright. But I use that. Wish I would have got an extra, maybe, I think there's a filter you can put over this that allows you to get a little bit more stops. But if you guys want to create those cinematic shots where you want to keep the frames per second at 24 frames per second and don't have to worry about cranking your shutter to compensate for the really bright days, get an ND filter. I highly suggest it. Then next we got another ND filter. This is the NISI ND filter system with an O-ring. So I mount this on the 16mm, and then I actually have O-rings for the, not for these lenses, but for other lenses that I use. So I used this earlier today. Comes in handy. I just got this actual step-up ring. This step-up ring I've been wanting to get for a long time, but I didn't really use the 16mm for cinematic shots, but I do want the vlogs to be a little bit more cinematic-y. I want that motion blur. I don't want to worry about having to crank the shutter, so I ended up getting those. Along with that, I have a whole bunch of filters in here that I don't really use for vlogging, but they're from Prism Lens Effects, different effects like Starburst and Dream Effects and stuff like that. I think I got some Polar Pros in there too as well. And then we got a new toy, which we'll get to in a second. Okay, so this item I don't use all the time, but if there's a situation where I want to get a nice establishing shot, or I'm in a nice location and I'm going somewhere in the town in a nice location, or even out of town and I'm vlogging, I do have the DJI Mavic 3 Pro drone, which has been great to me. I can't complain about this drone. It's super lightweight, super small. Obviously has awesome video footage. Obviously there's better ones that have come out since, but this is good enough for me. This is good enough for me in my wedding business and my other business. I really like this thing. I like the investment I put in this. I know some people that keep their old drones, and I feel like this is the perfect step up. I don't have to go any more expensive than this. Along with the controller. This is the controller that comes with it. DJI, I'm so glad that you guys actually upgraded the controller to be in its own separate system too. This is, I think it's called the RC controller, and this has the screen included with it, so you can view everything from the drone here. You don't have to worry about anyone calling on your phone anymore, and then having to pick up your phone in the middle of a drone flight and deal with the consequences if your battery dies. So, getting on to the final item. This item isn't a must for vlogging. It's just an extra, and it involves my phone. This is a gift that was given to me recently. This is the DJI OSMO Mobile 7P. So this came out early February 2025. There is a newer version that just came out, the DJI 8 with 2 extra settings. I want to say it's the 360 tilt, where you can actually turn the gimbal 360 degrees, and there's a cool new pairing mode for Apple, the Apple kit. I don't know the exact Apple kit that it uses, but you can just essentially use your NFC chip in your phone to tag this, and it'll customize the settings based on your phone. I believe. I haven't gotten into it too much. This was a gift from my fiance Allie. Just gonna shut it off here so I can get this back on. So the way this works is you get your phone, put it around halfway. I usually go a little bit higher than halfway because the top portion of the camera seems to be a little bit heavier when I try to balance it via finger, like if I were to go like this. And you just stick it on here. and then turn it on. Once you open it, it normally turns on, but obviously I had to turn it off. This is the first version of the DJI Osmo series that allows you to use native camera apps. You don't actually have to use the DJI Mimo app. So the beauty about this is this module will actually follow you. The reason why this comes in handy for vlogging, if you're in a situation where you're vlogging and say you don't have a second shooter, you'd have to do a behind the scenes shot of yourself moving around for whatever reason, this actually allows you to move around natively on camera apps. Yes, the DJI Mimo app works, but when you're shooting high production things and all you have is a phone, you probably want to use apps like the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema camera app, which allows you with newer phones to shoot Apple ProRes log, I believe it is, and Apple ProRes RAW. So those capabilities that aren't in the DJI Mimo app come in handy. All you have to do is literally stick your hand out like this and it will follow you wherever you go. I don't know if this is working properly. You can probably see the, oh, you can't even see the screen because it's not on. Okay, so you guys can see the camera right there. It's gonna be following me now, and you can see that it'll go wherever I go. I'm not touching any knobs. It's following my face, and yeah, just like that, if I move back, it will follow me. So I love that. I think it's a cool tool to use for now. If you're starting out vlogging, this would be a great tool to use just with your phone. You guys already have the phone. For $159 Canadian, I believe this was. It's not that bad. And you can also pair it with the DJI mini mic, which is great. I just ordered one. It's coming in the mail tomorrow. So I will give you guys a little bit of a breakdown on how I can use this in my shots. I've been trying to think about different creative ways that I can implement this aside from just behind the scenes, like maybe where I can just include it in a shot with a camera and then just have it tilt and move. I just have to find a clever way to mount it in certain positions because I don't want it to just be on a table where I'm walking by. I think that's a little foolish. This also can go in horizontal mode as well. So if you want to go in horizontal mode, you got that there, which is perfect. And yeah, I think that's great. Aside from that, I might do a little bit of a breakdown with this later and how it benefits me in my wedding business and how it benefits me in doing my vlogs, but we'll save that for another one. If you guys want any of these products, they're gonna be down in the link below. Feel free if you guys want them. Most of these things are gonna be on sale because it's not the newest gear. I do not get the newest gear. I have old gear. All the stuff that I have is old. I think the newest thing that I have here is obviously this gimbal, which is still almost a year old. And aside from that, in terms of other gear, I think the tripod's the next newest thing that I have in here, so. Okay, I'm gonna head out. I'm gonna be meeting up with my buddy Carlo, and I'm gonna be helping him set up for his new podcast that's coming in the near future. I'll keep you guys posted on that. I'm just gonna be helping him set up some camera angles and some lighting, see what we can do in his studio to make a nice, I guess, visually appealing background. We'll see you guys in a bit. The vlog, bro. What's up? 110 Studios, baby.
Oh man,
keep it 110.
110. We're right now in the middle of a snag. We hit a snag. SD card's not working. Tried multiple wires, cables, USB-C to USB-C, and then we tried USB to USB-C, and we're gonna try a different USB adapter. Hopefully that works, or it's RIP Music, RIP Podcast. Brought to you by
110 Studios. Okay, guys, so we just got to, well, I got to Carlos, what, an hour ago? And we've been setting up. We're just trying to get some angles, some lighting for the for his upcoming podcast, The Higher Seeing. So if you're seeing this, look up The Higher Seeing on Instagram and YouTube. Where's it going to be? Everywhere?
Yeah, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcast, wherever you stream your stuff.
Plug it out.
It's going to be there.
Yeah. So keep an eye out for that. Maybe I'll be a guest on it. Who knows?
Yeah.
When I'm ready. When I get my talking, when I can actually talk again. I feel like I can't talk anymore.
I'm going to be in full podcast mode, though, when you come. Just so you know. Yeah, so... You gotta see my script. I gotta put my script out there.
Yeah. Back in business. I'll give you guys a rundown what we had to do. So Carlo had this mic hooked up to his desk over here, and we mounted it to this little nightstand table. And then we had this mic originally on this stand, but then we swapped this mic with the stand, and now it's hooked up to here. And then we got 2 iPhones for now, running this until Carla gets the big camera set up. And then we got a nice light, and it's actually good. I think it's. Do you think it's good or what?
I think it's good. Your camera looks dope on there, first and foremost. I need that filter.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think even just with the iPhone cameras, I think
good enough.
it's yeah, like I don't need it like perfect. You know, I'm okay with like just getting it done, getting it out there, and then we're gonna get sponsors, we're gonna get affiliation, and we're gonna get yeah, like paid advertisements and all of that, and then you're gonna see the studio built into a new space. So that's where you'll see us.
Coming soon, coming soon. Jackie Toza. Coming soon. He's gonna get an interview too. If you guys know Shaki from I don't know if he's in my past video, but I did do a music video for Shaki back during COVID time, so check my channel for that. And actually, I was thinking about it today. I was like, if I had to do one thing, it'd be music videos and commercials, like Theo Scudra from Drake's team. He does like a lot of that stuff. That'd be my ultimate goal, would be to do that stuff. So you let me know when you're ready for music videos, bro.